A handful of genuinely bad headlines hit Bitcoin over the last couple of weeks. A major corporate holder sold off a big chunk of their position during one of the quietest, lowest volume stretches of the year. One of the worst self-custody security breaches in recent memory drained real money directly out of people's personal wallets. The network itself went through a messy technical split that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. And a piece of regulation a lot of people were counting on to pass in Washington stalled out completely. Any one of those on its own sounds like a reason to panic. All four happening close together sounds like a reason to panic a lot. And my position didn't change at all, because none of that changes what I actually do with my money, which is buy the same small allocation every single month, regardless of what the headlines are. Doing that week, I want to walk through why none of that moved me, because I think the reasoning matters more than the specific news cycle it happened to attach itself to this time. This exact pattern repeats constantly with Bitcoin. Different headlines, same underlying behavior from people watching it. The first reason is that 15% of my portfolio being in Bitcoin was never meant to swing based on a bad week or even a bad quarter. It's a long-term position, not a trade. When you're trading something, every headline matters because you're trying to guess the next few days or weeks. When you're holding something for a decade or more, a single security breach at some other company, a corporate seller adjusting their own balance sheet, or a bill stalling in Congress for another few months barely registers against the actual time frame the position is meant to play out over. The second reason is that I don't treat headlines and price as the same thing. Genuinely bad news showing up and the price not collapsing tells you something important, even if it's not exciting to talk about. It tells you the people who are going to panic sell already sold a long time ago, probably during an earlier round of bad headlines that felt just as scary in the moment. What's left holding is generally a steadier group of people who aren't reacting to every news cycle the same way the earlier, more nervous money did. The third reason is that I genuinely don't check the price often enough for any of this to have mattered emotionally in the first place. The automated purchase goes out every month regardless of what happened that week, and I'm not sitting there deciding in real time whether this particular headline is the one that finally justifies. Pausing, that decision got made once, a long time ago when I set the allocation and automated it. I don't relitigate it every time something scary trends online. The fourth reason, and this is the one I think gets skipped the most, is that reacting to short-term noise requires being right twice. You have to correctly guess when to get out, and then correctly guess when to get back in. And most people who try this end up wrong on at least one side of that trade, usually both. Missing the recovery after selling out of fear tends to cost people far more than just sitting through the scary headline ever would have in the first place. Staying in requires being right 0 times. It just requires not touching anything. I also want to be straightforward about something because I don't want this to come across as me claiming I have some special insight into where Bitcoin goes next. I don't make predictions about where the price is headed in the next month or the next quarter, and I'd be skeptical of anyone confidently telling you they do know that with certainty. What I actually have is a rule I set for myself in advance, before the scary headlines ever showed up, and I follow that rule regardless of how convincing any individual piece of news sounds in the moment it's happening. None of this means ignoring information entirely, or refusing to ever learn anything new about an asset you hold. It means separating what's actually a change to the long-term picture from what's just this week's version of a scary headline designed to grab attention. A security breach at a specific company is a lesson about how you personally store things, not a referendum on whether the entire asset still makes sense to hold. A corporate seller adjusting their own balance sheet is a decision about their balance sheet, not a signal about mine. A bill stalling in Washington for another few months is a delay, not a verdict. So that's genuinely it. 4 bad headlines hit at once. The price barely moved, and neither did my behavior because my behavior was never built to respond to headlines in the first place. The plan gets set once, automated, and then largely ignored on purpose. Because the whole point of holding something long-term is that you stop needing every week's news to go your way for the plan to still work. If you want the full breakdown of exactly how I decided on 15% instead of some other number, let me know in the comments and I'll make that one next.